mysterious stories.
The era of videotapes was more enigmatic than the era of online videos. Because there is no way to ensure what is recorded on a tape. To put it differently, there was no way of knowing when you were about to stumble upon something terrifying. Number 12. Despite the fact that Phoebe Myers posted this old VHS tape on YouTube in 2011, the year it was filmed was never divulged. As the tape goes on, a series of demonic and ghostly faces start to emerge. Even though Phoebe Myers appears to believe that the tape was possessed by a ghost, I have a tendency to believe that someone was simply taping a strange show. Having said that, I'm not sure what television station would have broadcasted a bunch of gruesome faces with sound, so maybe Phoebe is right after all. Number 11. This video footage from 1994 was discovered in the South American country of Paraguay. The video shows some children hanging out late at night, however, the audio is totally messed up and sounds like something straight out of the underworld. More than one viewer has claimed to have picked up on wonderful messages from this video, which is nothing more than a collection of 5-second clips spliced together. We discover a disconnected figure standing in an odd pose at one point, followed by this deep noise. Even though I predict that the sound could be deformation from an old tape, it almost sounds like an asset at times. Tell me if you think there's something threatening about this video and if you think any of these children might have a spirit inside of them. Number 10. In 1987, two pyromaniacs recorded themselves showing off burning down a family's house while on vacation in Redwood, California. They would have in all likelihood gotten away with it if a farmer hadn't discovered the tape and announced it to the authorities. Based on anonymous tips, the police made this video public and could determine the teenagers approximately 2 years later. At least one of the perpetrators, if not both, were linked to more than a dozen other fires in the San Francisco area, including this one. Even though I discovered an old news article, it doesn't give their names. It does claim that the teens were discovered with parts of a skeleton and quote other evidence suggesting rituals and worship, despite the fact that it doesn't enter any more detail than that. Despite the fact that their identities were never disclosed, this single piece of the tape shows one of them dressed as a ghoul. Who has an idea how many more fires they would have started if one of their tapes hadn't been discovered? Number 9. This video was shot in Portugal around 2001. It all starts with a group of friends messing around with a home camera, which was considered a newness at the time. They spend a long time filming everything in the house for no apparent reason until they become bored and make up their mind to attempt to get in touch with some spirits. To accomplish this, they have one of their friends, Nelson, stand in a circle and focus silently. Perhaps even though it's just the strength of the proposal, Nelson moves back and forth for a moment before collapsing to the ground. They're uncertain what to make of this, and I'm not sure what to make of it either, so they get Nelson to do it again. Something unforeseen takes place while they are attempting to request the presence of a spirit through Nelson for the second time. Celestino, another friend, drops to the ground and begins to shake uncontrollably this time. He is no longer the same person when he stands up. Celestino is doing an excellent job as an actor here. Notice how his shoulder blades protrude from his back as he stands up straight. That does not appear to be normal. The rest of the video shows them following Celestino around when he acts strangely outside. Even though they are at a loss for what to do, they would not like to be unable to find him. They lastly separate, and when the one with the camera reunites with his friends, none of them are in good shape. I'm hoping this was just a hoax video. At times, it reminds me of the popular 2001 film The Blair Witch Project. On the other hand, I wouldn't set too low the strength of conjuring spirits, so I'll leave that up to you to make a decision. Number 8. According to YouTuber Jack Torrance, he discovered this old VHS tape at a yard sale. The majority of it consists of a man walking through the woods while holding a stick for protection. When he hikes on, the only sounds are his footsteps and his labored breathing. After that, night drops down, and the man is still moving at a good clip, perhaps even faster than before. It seems that he has lost his sense of direction and swings the camera erratically as he moves, almost as if he has lost his way and is now becoming panic-stricken. Then, something causes him to come to an abrupt halt. Even though it's difficult to tell for sure, it appears to be a green sack on the ground. Then it's dragged across the forest floor by a yellow string. When the cameraman looks up, all he sees is darkness. I have no idea what was on the ground or, more importantly, who was pulling it away, because it appears that whoever filmed this was alone for the duration of the video. Number 7. According to J&J, a YouTuber, this VHS footage was shot at a family reunion by his cousin. Everything appears normal until the video cuts out and this image appears. J&J and his cousin believe they can look at a foolhardy face in the static. At all times, I attempt to include videos instead of still images like this one, however, except for this one because it's a pretty creepy find. If you look closely, you can see a ghoulish friend's eyes, nose, and open mouth peering over his shoulder. It could be serendipity, however, this video has been watched over 1,000 times, and many other people claim to have seen it as well. Number 6. Stuart Drake, a YouTuber, claims to have discovered this old VHS tape with the words 1999 written on the side and nothing else. Someone is discovering in an old schoolhouse, perhaps around the turn of the century. Except for a few glitches, such as this one, the video appears to be fairly normal. Stuart Drake is inspecting a tiny dead-end room when he hears the deep rumbling sounds of an electrical disturbance. He turns around and confronts me with something I'm not certain that I believe is true. Even though many people believe that Slenderman is a myth, this video appears to prove otherwise. If this tape is genuine and correctly dated, Slenderman has worked for more than 20 years. Number 5. SVENY, a YouTuber, was excavating around in his basement when he came across this old Muppet Show video. He doesn't give it much thought until something bizarre takes place about halfway through.
What was that? It's called the medium sketch.
The screen turns red, and some chilly music plays in reverse, almost like doorbells. It appears that this cry for help was manually spliced in, even though I'm not certain where they were at the time or why they needed assistance in the first place. In terms of what the numbers mean, I believe they are some sort of code. If anyone cracks it, please tell me what it says. Number 4. This VHS tape was discovered by chance on the side of the road in Tavares, Florida. The grainy video depicts a little child while a haunting song plays in the background. After that, in the middle of the home video, this strange moment takes place. If you stop during the static, you can clearly catch sight of an older man's face, which is not like a dog with two tails at all. Back in the day, people used to record multiple shows on the same tape, so perhaps that's what took place here. However, it's strange how it takes place for a split second and after that, immediately returns to normal. Give me your best prediction as to what this video is about or why it was dumped on the side of the road. Number 3. This tape was discovered beneath a bridge somewhere in Russia. In it, a person is going by their bicycle and happily speaking into the camera. Please tell me what they are saying here if you can speak Russian.
Всем привет. В общем, я сейчас нахожусь под...
A shrill noise off camera abruptly ends their monologue.
Слышите? Shoot.
It appears that he's asking who's there, but then the answer rushes up to him.
Кто это?
The camera fades away when his scream becomes hustle. If this is a genuine video, I can't help but pay attention to how the mutant shriek sounds almost human. I'm curious how close this video was to the notorious Chernobyl meltdown site. Number 2. Although the state line bridge concatenates Virginia and North Carolina, locals refer to it as Satan's Bridge because of the extensive ritual activity that takes place beneath it. Scariest, a YouTuber, made a documentary about it nearly 2 decades ago and recently discovered the footage again. The first half of the video shows there is not anything except animal bodies littering the ground, which I can't show here. After that, he returns the following day and videotapes all of the strange graffiti and other ritualistic scenes, like these 5 rocks for example. If you know by chance what this symbol has meaning or what bewitchments were cast here, please share your knowledge. Also, please explain what the white paint means here because I have no idea. This section of the bridge appears to be some kind of altar.
Also, you see here 5 stones with a white mark in them.
On the ground, there is a large dark red stain that has trailed off into small blotches. Something says to me that's not paint, but tell me what you guess. I have one more fact about this place to share with you. Even though I'm not right now a conspiracy theorist by any means, the identification number of this state bridge is 6906. When the 0 is removed and the middle 6 is flipped, you get 3 6s in a row. Number 1. DPM music maker. This old video was said to have been taken in 1988, then discovered decades later in a remote log cabin before making its way to YouTube. When immediately this takes place, an unrevealed cameraman is attentively keeping an eye on an open window. The window slams shut just when a paranormal whale occupies all of the entire forest and the camera blacks out. Because the quality of this video appears digital to me, it could be a hoax, however, I'm not convinced. Perhaps they were employing a filter to make it appear older. Please tell me if you know anything and how you can tell. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because I upload a new video every day. Or if you're still not convinced, here are some of my other videos that I think you'd like. Enjoy.